Wow, that gets me every time. It tickles me all the way down to my little toes. Hello, hello, hello! Pong the Panda here from the Olde World Puppet Theatre. Welcome, everyone, to the making of Witch Key, a Renaissance marionette fantasy. All around the world, people have been creating the illusion of life to tell stories since the beginning of time. Puppetry, as this ancient art form is called, has been seen in live performances, motion pictures, and even on television. This segment on our DVD is the story of the adaptation of one of the Olde World Puppet Theatre's live traveling marionette shows to direct-to-DVD release. Let's first start with the story. We chose Witch Key from our original Tales of Belvuria series because of its tight storyline and its half-hour length. We figured that we could produce this story in our humble little studio using very realistic sets and new puppets, allowing folks to see what our stories would be like in DVD format. 46 new puppets were created for the film, some of them taking over 500 hours to make. Each puppet is handmade in our shop. Let's take Sterling, for instance. He is the official storyteller of Belvuria and appears in each story. Sterling is our very own wandering Celtic storyteller, so of course, we wanted to incorporate Celtic designs into his costume. We often start with a costume drawing and select the colors that we feel would give the best look. Once this is done, we select the fabrics and trims to complete the overall look. Sterling's head and hands were first carved out of an oil-based clay called plasticine. Then plaster molds were made and the clay removed. These molds were later cast in neoprene, then sanded and painted and made ready to be attached to his body. His body is made out of canvas, which is packed with fluffy stuff. Sterling has different sets of hands that we used, depending on what he was going to be doing in each scene. Then we finished up with the costuming and added the strings and controls. This gives you a peek at what went into the creation of just one of the puppets in our film. Each of the 46 puppets was designed with specific movements in mind, whether they are flying on a broomstick or opening an enchanted gate. They all have to have lifelike movements. In other words, creating the illusion of life. Once the puppets were finished, our puppeteers, working from metal bridges high above the set, pulled strings and moved rods to guide each character through the story. Some of the characters took more than one puppeteer to work. In fact, Charlemagne often took 4. Here are some fun and interesting facts to leave you with. Enchanter the Witch actually has 3 sets of hands that are used in the film. One set holds her broom, another set is for casting spells, and finally, a menacing claw set, perfect for capturing little princes. The Queen of Hearts gown has over 5,000 sequins, glass beads, and pearls on it. Did we count them all? Why, of course we did. Well, that about wraps it up from here. Let's go and look at some of the sets from the movie.